last I spoke to you, you don't want to be with me. Like, that's been made clear. And now out of nowhere, you're calling me. So I answer the phone, and my guy in the truck was playing music on the speaker. So I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, bro, turn the music down. So he's like, oh, my bad. So he turned the music down, and I'm like, hello, like hello. And I can hear her like you guys know me as Zaire, my middle name, but she would call me Darius. So she's like, Darius, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? And I'm just puzzled. And so she's like, Darius, like, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah. My bad. Like, what's up? Everything good? And she's like, more or less, I recently went through a breakup 2 months ago. It was no contact. We hadn't spoke. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing. It was as cold turkey of a breakup as it gets. It was her decision, and I was going through it, man. I was struggling bad 2 days ago. So this happened 2 days ago, and I wanted to make a video about it the day it happened. Once I got home from work, I wanted to make a video about it. The way the day went, I just didn't have time to. So this is my first chance to kind of get to talk about it. So what happened was, I'm at work. I own a moving company. So I'm in a truck driving. I had just arrived to the drop-off location to drop off the customer's furniture. Or no, I was actually on the way to the drop-off location. I had my AirPods in. So as I'm driving, I get a notification that, there's a call coming through, and then Siri kind of reads the name of the caller that's calling me. And Siri's like, hey, you have a incoming call from such and such. And immediately I freeze. My heart drops. I don't see my phone. I'm listening to music, and then that pauses, and Siri comes on and says, hey, you have an incoming call from such and such. And so I'm like, what the freak? I don't know what to do. Immediately what goes through my mind is like bad news. I don't know. I don't know what to process now. I'll just think about that. Like, it's been 2 months, no contact. Last I spoke to you, you don't want to be with me. Like, that's been made clear. And now out of nowhere, you're calling me. So I answer the phone, and my guy in the truck was playing music on the speaker. So I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, bro, turn the music down. So he's like, oh, my bad. So he turned the music down, and I'm like, hello, like hello. And I can hear her like my real name, my first name is Darius. Zaire is my middle name, for those of you who didn't know. You guys know me as Zaire, my middle name. But she primarily would call me Darius. So she's like, Darius, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? I'm just puzzled, but I'm trying to be like composed. I was composed, not trying to be. I was, to be honest with you, I was. And so she's like, Darius, like, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah. My bad. Like, what's up? Everything good? She's like, yeah, just, I was just calling because, it's been a while, and, I just thought I'd call and check up on you, like check in on you. We haven't spoken in a while, and I just wanted to see how you were doing. And I'm like, okay, like, you're like, yeah, like I'm good. Like I've been all right. Like how are you? And she's like, oh, well, I just got back from a trip. Like, she had traveled to another state, went on a trip for her friend's birthday, whatever. So a couple of friends, they went. And she's like, yeah, came back from a trip with such and such, and I'm like, oh, how was it? She was like, oh, it was great. Like, and boom, right there. I think it was right there. Her voice cracked, and I'm like asking her how the trip was, and she's like telling me like, oh, it was great. We did this and that, but I can hear her fighting back tears on the other side of the phone. Like, I can hear it audibly, like I can hear it clear as day. So now, oh man, I'm getting charged up. I didn't expect this to happen. Now I'm feeling this a little bit. So I guess, I don't know, something in me started to get like defensive almost in a way, like kind of still like protective in a way. It was very weird. Now I'm like, you okay? Like, everything all right? She's like, yeah, I'm okay. But I can hear her fighting back tears, and she's telling me like, yeah, we had a great time, and this and that, and she's just kind of telling me some of the stuff they did, and it was amazing. And I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. She's like, yeah, I ran into such and such in the gym. She's talking about my homie. She's like, yeah, I ran into him in the gym, and he told me like you moved into your new place, and because originally she toured this apartment with me. she toured this place with me when I was getting ready to come here. And depending on how much context you have, you might know like the financial like riff situation that I went through and everything that kind of pushed me to come here in the first place. But yeah, originally when I was looking for a new place to move to, she toured this place with me. And so she's like, yeah, like I heard you moved in and everything, and you know, like, and I saw, you know, you post on Instagram about it, and like I saw your story, and like, you know, it looks great, like you looked happy and everything, like, and I just wanted to, you know, see how you were doing and congratulate you and everything. All the while I can hear her fighting back tears, you know. I'm like, yeah, you know, God's been really good to me lately. I'm like, yeah, I got in here and I love it. I love it. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. And I mean, she has no idea. She has no idea I have this channel. I mean, she knows about the channel, but like, she didn't know, like, she would know that I'm posting these videos because I have a channel that has like 15,000 subs, but it's a gaming channel that I would post like my streaming content to. And then I started this channel from the ground up, and I showed her like the first 2 videos I posted, but it was not in relation to this at all. It was like a channel for me to vent about streaming. It was not in relation to any of the content I've been posting on here as of recent, you know, pertaining the breakup and all that stuff, and God and everything. It was not in regards to that at all. So she doesn't know that this exists. But more or less, she's like, sorry to call you so randomly, like, and I'm like, no, I'm just at work right now, you know. I'm like, if you want, like, I can give you a call later, you know. And she's like, no, it's okay, like, I don't mean to bombard you or anything, like, I know this just probably caught you off guard, sorry for the timing, I just, you know, I ran into your, you know, such and such at the gym, and I thought I'd just call you just to see how you were doing. And she's still fighting back tears, bro, like, I can hear it. And I'm like, you okay? I appreciate you calling me to check on me, you know, thank you. But I'm like, seriously, like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, like, everything's fine. Fighting back these tears, bro, like, and I can hear her voice crack. I can hear it. And it's making me feel some type of way because, you know, I still deeply care for this girl. So to hear her not crying, but on the verge of crying, like, I can only imagine her, like, crying after we got off the phone call. Because, like, I know her. I can tell where she was at, like, emotionally from the way her voice sounded. And she's like, yeah, I'm okay, you know, thank you for answering everything. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I'm like, all right, well, thank you for calling. It was good to hear from you. She's like, yeah, you too, you know, I kind of take care, you know, kind of thing. And she's like, all right. And we say our goodbyes and hang up. And and so eventually, by this point, I make it to the drop-off location, and my guys hop out the truck and they start working, and I'm just still sitting in the truck, like, just sitting there, like. I never thought I would hear this girl's voice again. Not, at least not in regards to, like, talking to me, like, not in a conversation, like in a present conversation talking to me. I never thought that was gonna happen ever again. I thought that was over. I thought that was cooked. So I'm sitting there processing it, like, I really just spoke to her just now. She wanted to see how I was doing. And so naturally my brain's like putting all these hypotheticals out there. Oh, like, is there still a chance? Like, what does this mean? Like, I'm trying to decode this whole situation. Like, but at the same time, I'm trying to keep myself from thinking too much about it. So yeah, I'm kind of sitting there just gathering my thoughts for a minute. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm at work, man. Let me finish my job. By the time I make it home, I'll allow myself to kind of process what just happened. Maybe about an hour from that point, and I'm standing inside the truck by myself. My guys are in the house doing work, and I'm standing inside the truck by myself. And I remember this moment because I remember exactly how I felt. I get a text message, and again, I got my AirPods in, so Siri tells me, you received a text message from such and such, from my ex-girlfriend. And I freeze again. Siri's like, you received a long message from such and such. Do you want me to read the message? And usually I'd have been like, read the message. And he would start reading the message. But I hesitated because it said a long message. So I hesitate, and I'm like, I remember I put my hands on my hip like this, and I look up at the sky, and I'm like, this girl just randomly called me to see how I was doing. And then an hour later, I get a long text message. I have no clue what it says. So this one scared me. When I got this notification, my initial reaction was, bro, she's delivering a blow here. I was prepared to hear something like, hey, like I met someone, and before you find out any other way, like I wanna just tell you. You know what I mean? That's what I was preparing myself for. Like that's, for whatever reason, that was my initial take from the little context I had of just getting the update from Siri that I got a message from her, a long message at that, after I just got off the phone with her, after not speaking for 2 months. So I'm just like, no, like I've been doing good. Like I can't take this right now. Like please don't let this be happening. I was convinced that that's what the message was, like her telling me, like delivering a blow to me like that. Cause I remember when the day we broke up, like I remember like I'm damn near like all but begging her, please, like I don't want to do this, please. You know what I mean? Like can we talk about this? Like can we go meet with someone and like can we have a conversation with someone? We would go to my sister and her husband a lot because we really admired their relationship. So we would go to them a lot, and whenever we ran into an issue or whatever, and we would just kind of get guidance from them. I would recount the situation with them and I would tell them how I either handled it and get their perspective, like did I handle this correctly, or like how could I have done better, or you know, if there was a situation like that was coming up, like I would go to them like, how should I handle this? I don't know if she never knew I was even doing this, you know what I mean? But I was that devoted to like wanting to make sure our relationship made it and making sure that I was doing my part to hold myself accountable and respect her feelings and everything. Like I would go and ask for guidance, and she didn't always know that I was doing that, but this is what I was doing. So yeah, like, I'm begging her, like, can we go and talk to them? Like, can we go and do something? Can we talk about this? Like, I don't want to break up. I don't want that to happen, you know? And she was convinced, like, no, like this needs to happen. This is where I'm at. I felt this way for, you know, a little bit. This needs to happen. And so now for all that to have happened, 2 months go by, we haven't spoke, and then now randomly I get a call from you because you're checking in on me, and now I get a notification that you just sent me a long message. So I'm dreading like reading this message, but lo and behold, I pull my phone out, standing in this truck by myself, and I start reading the message. And I'm gonna read the message to you guys. So the message that I got says, hey, exclamation point, smiley face. And it's the smiley face, like the semicolon in the parentheses. It says, hey, I'm sorry for calling so abruptly. I should have texted first to see if you were available. I had seen your IG story and just really wondered how you were doing. I didn't anticipate getting emotional on the phone until you started speaking, and I'm really sorry for that. That was not my intention. I am okay though. Another smiley face. I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing. I'm sorry if that whole interaction was confusing or bad timing. I don't mean for that. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, and congratulations again on your new apartment and your other accomplishments. That's great to hear, exclamation point. So I read that and I'm like, okay. Now I'm feeling like even more conflicted. I'm like, all right, if it just ended at the phone call, if it was just the phone call, I could have came to the conclusion that maybe she missed me. And you know, she ran into the homie, she saw my Instagram, she saw I moved and everything, and maybe she missed me and she just wanted to use my most recent like accomplishments as a way to like contact me. You know, maybe she's been wanting to contact me but just couldn't find the proper reason to justify why, without looking like she was regretting maybe like breaking up. And you know, this was like her opportunity, and hearing my voice on the phone was like overwhelming. You know, it made her get emotional. I think I could have found peace in that over time. Like I could have found peace in that. Shoot, I could have even been hopeful for the future to come if it was just that. But then getting that message and what it said, that message changed everything to more like, I don't want you to read too much into what that phone call was. I legit was just checking on you, and I just got emotional because, hearing your voice again, like, just overwhelmed me, and I wasn't anticipating that, so I'm sorry that I got emotional, and I'm sorry that I just called you. Maybe I should have texted first. The message made it sound a little more like, don't read too much into what that was. I legit was just checking on you, and that halted me. That like, it's like a kick in the stomach all over again, a little bit. Not gonna lie. And I could be analyzing all this wrong. Like, I'm the one going through it, so I'm experiencing it firsthand. You guys are kind of a little more removed from it, so I'm sure you're analyzing it a lot differently than I am, and you're probably your analysis is probably more accurate than mine. That's how I took it. That's still how I'm taking it. So nonetheless, after a while, I'm like, man, do I even say anything back to that? Like, I had no clue what to say back. I respond back and I said, zero need to apologize. The timing was just fine. I understand the emotions. I get it. It's okay, buddy. And buddy is like what I say buddy a lot in real life. I call people buddy all the time, and I call her buddy a lot. It was like an affectionate thing that I would do towards her. We had like little ways we would say it to each other. It's like something she adopted as well, just from being in a relationship with me. So she would call me buddy. But yeah, so I said buddy, just like, it's okay, buddy. I get it. Thank you for checking on me. That was nice of you. Glad to hear you're doing well. And that was it. That's all I said. Zero need to apologize. The timing was just fine. I understand the emotions. I get it. It's okay, buddy. Thank you for checking on me. That was nice of you. Glad to hear you're doing well. Maybe a couple hours later, she responds back and she hearts my message and she says, thank you. Smiley face. And that was it. So yeah, man, I don't really know what to make of it. Maybe she missed me, but wanted to send that message to follow up, just as to make sure she didn't like lead me on to think that it meant any more than that. Maybe she just legit wanted to check up, and I can understand her getting emotional, just hearing my voice again. She's a female, so she got emotional and teared up and all that. Maybe even cried, I don't know. Or maybe it meant something else, maybe there's hope. I don't know. I haven't allowed myself to really think about it too much because I don't know. Immediately what I did though was I prayed. I said, God, a lot of different directions my brain can run with this. But the bottom line is I don't know what it meant. And it does me no good trying to understand what it meant. I'm still submitting this situation to you. I've submitted her to you. I've submitted myself to you. I don't know what the future holds. Only you do. And if there is anything further to come from this, please make that clear to me. If there's a step that I'm supposed to take, make it clear to me. If there is anything further that you place on her heart to step forward in, please give me the strength to receive it and respond adequately, right? So I just gave the situation to God. I don't want to think about this too much. It happened, whatever it's supposed to mean, I don't know. If there's further clarity that's supposed to come from it, in due time, you'll make that known to me. That was my prayer. I kind of just left it at that. I've since thought about messaging her to follow up and just check on her. Thought about it hard. I've typed up messages and almost hit send. Haven't though. That literally is stopped right there for me. I would obviously love to get you guys' take on it. Females specifically, if you can kind of let me know. Is there nothing much to be made of that? Was it that simple? Or could it have meant something else? And I would like to allow that to be a way that God sends me a message. But outside of that, I'm praying about it. And if you guys want to share with me anything, please do. But yeah, that's where we're at with things. Yeah, I'm good. If you haven't seen my most recent video about a girl approaching me, that was a pretty interesting video. So I encourage you to go back and watch that one. Your birth certificate says Maria?
Yeah, well, no. Not only that, but it says like, that's like our schools and everything. It's all changed now. It's Maria now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How you feel?
I did it!
You excited?
I'm very excited.
That's what's up. I'm happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's Angelica?
She's good. She's like, when she found out, she started screaming.
What, it came in the mail or something, or they called y'all?
Well, basically, yeah.
Very happy for you. Praise God. All right, I'm going to talk to you later, okay? All right, love you.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye. So I got two adopted younger sisters. My mom adopted two twin sisters, and originally their names were Brianna and Ariana. Once they got adopted, they changed their names to Angelica and Maria, and so now it's official. Like, I guess documentation has come through, and their names have officially been changed. So praise God. I'm the baby of my siblings, like my biological siblings. And when I was younger, I used to beg my parents to adopt because I would admire the way that my friends in school who had younger siblings would like walk them to class and kind of carry their book bags and look after them, you know? I just admired it. I just really did. And so I would always kind of, can we have another kid, or can you guys adopt? Like, because I wanted to do that for a younger sibling, and I was the youngest. So now that I'm older, I'm 27 now. I was 26 at the point that they were officially adopted. They've been in my life now for almost a year, I want to say. I could be spoofing that, but I don't know. Maybe they'll never see this. Maybe they will. I don't know. But maybe when they're older, I'll show them this, and if I screw this up, they might feel some type of way. But nonetheless, I think about a year, and God is just so good in that way. It actually happened. Granted, I wanted one. Like, so I would, before I moved here, I would stay at my mom's house, a lot, just to be around them and kind of clear my head from the situation I was going through. The breakup was like, had just happened, and the whole financial situation I was going through. So I was spending a lot of time with my mom at her place, and I would stay the night there and stuff. And they're there. I would drive them to school in the morning, because I would wake up and it'd be like 45 degrees, and my mom would be working, like she works from home, so she'd be at work, like on her computer, like working, doing meetings and stuff like that, so she couldn't take them. But their school was literally only like across the street, like literally. So it was a very brief walk that they had to do, but I was there. I'd drive them to school and I dropped them off, and they'd be like, "Thank you, Darius," and I'd watch them walk off, and I just have this moment of like, man, like, God actually did it. Actually did it. That's crazy. But yeah, I was recording this video and she had called me, so I just kind of turned the camera back on and thought I'd capture that moment. Once I could hear how excited she was when I answered the phone, I was like, "Oh, I don't know what she's about to say, but record." But yeah. And girls, if you guys ever watch this, I love you, and I'm thankful to have you guys in my life. You have no idea what you guys have done for me, especially going through one of the hardest transitions I've ever gone through in my life. God is divine in that way, in the way he times things. He's always been perfect like that. And for that reason, I will forever praise and serve him and glorify him for everything, the good and the bad. But you guys, just from being yourselves, have helped me a lot. You have no idea. Absolutely no idea. So, Maria, Angelica, I love you. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.